G-Day, people! This is Sharpino here, welcoming you guys to week 7 of the PMC League Battles. This week we are taking on the Mastodon Gastrodons. They've been doing pretty well. They're on the top of their league, in their division, so they must be doing pretty well, so this can only be a very difficult battle to say the least. So let's quickly run through his team that he has here. So he's got the Genesect, he's got the Latias, the Dugtrio, the Mimikyu, the Straptar, the Chestnut, the Swampert, the Sneasel, the Lantern, the Mantine, and that Pro Bowl Pass. So off the bat, Genesect is already a huge threat on his team here. Latias and Dugtrio also viable threats as well. Mimikyu definitely as well. I would say the top 5 definitely rank as my most scariest in his team there. So, looking at his team here, looking at what we have here, let's run through the team that we're going to run this week and why we are bringing it. So, we are bringing D-Tapu Koko with Life Orb, with Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, U-Turn, and Nature's Madness. Now, a move I've never used before, Nature's Madness. Now, I do understand Nature's Madness is basically Super Feint. So, it will do half damage. So, basically, if I feel like I'm going up against a special defensive wall, let's see, looking at his team here, what possible Pokemon could be. Latias could be a special defensive wall. I would say the Lantern, Mantine, the Probopass, they would probably be the most viable, but I mean, Mantine's just Thunderbolt either way. But, in saying that though, looking at his team, he does have a lot of physical bulk on his team, so Nature's Madness would definitely come in clutch. U-Turn for things like Chestnut, and for things like Latios, and maybe Sneasel as well, if I'm really afraid of it outspeeding me, but it shouldn't, but you never know. You know, just in case it brings Scarf Sneasel, just for argument's sake. But yeah, so that's why then Hidden Power Ice is a Desert Gleam because it hits the Dugtrio as well, which the Dugtrio is probably going to be the biggest threat for Tapu Koko because if he does trap it, we are in a bit of a problem, and if he hits Scarfed, that just makes things even worse. So we have to be really careful with Scarf Dugtrio. The thing we have to be careful of is Scarf Dugtrio. Next on our list we have is the Pelipper with Leftovers Drizzle, going for that Impish Nature, going for Surf, Hurricane, Roost, and U-Turn. Can do some work against the Probopass, but we just got to watch out for Thunderbolt, especially if we bring in Tapu Koko beforehand. Now I know it's probably not stab in Probopass, but I'm pretty sure Thunderbolt will definitely do a lot of work against Pelipper. And the thing is, a lot of the Pokemon in this team does get access to Thunderbolt. I mean, you got Genesect, Latias, you know, Lantern, and Probopass, like a lot of people. So we just got to be careful and time it with Crocodile and Dragalge to see when we can time our switches in for things like Thunderbolt. Next on the list we got Skarmory here with Rocky Helmet, Brave Bird, Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Roost. Basically we're going to try to go for that defensive wall, so against things like the Mimikyu, the Dugtrio, the Chestnut, I would say we'd probably wall out the Wazoo, except if it has Leech Seed, then we could have a bit of a problem. But never to worry because we do have the Brave Bird, so that we can do a lot of work against Chestnut, even if it is physically defensive. Next on the list we have is Snorlax with the Assault Vest, so this is going to basically be our answer for all his offensive presence. So things like the Latios, if he does decide to bring an offensive, Genesect, definitely more so. The only issue being, of course, the fact that, I mean, it actually works out better for us if we have more special defense, is because we don't want him to go for, say, Focus Blast on the Snorlax here, so we do have the Assault Vest to take that. And we've made sure that our special defense is highest, or just get attack boost. The only issue is we invite things like U-Turn. So things are Body Slam, Earthquake, Fire Punch, and Thunder Punch. So the Fire Punch is for the Genesect, the Thunder Punch is for Staraptor and the Mantine. So we're just trying to cover our bases as far as threats to our team. Next we have Crocodile, Choice Scarf, and Intimidate. We're going to try to go for a Bluff Scarf, kind of try to see how he's going to go with that. We go with Earthquake, Knock Off, Fire Fang, and Pursuit. The Fire Fang is for that Genesect. Now, looking at his team here now, hopefully he doesn't expect the Choice Scarf Fire Fang, but I mean he could. He might swap out to like Latias just to kind of scout for it. You know, you never know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, this should work. This should work. That's hold it to me until I do the actual battle and I get absolutely mollywopped. But this should work. You know, this set doesn't do too bad. It does work against the Probopass. It checks this Volt Switch if he tries to get Volt Switch, because Probopass can be very irritating with special defense and all that. Last Pokemon we have is Dragalge. Now, this one's a little bit of the wild card in this battle. So, it is Shucker Berry with Adaptability, packing that Dragon Pulse, Sludge Wave, Toxic Spikes, and Thunderbolt. So again, Thunderbolt for things like Mantine, things like Staraptor. And then we've got Sludge Wave for the, it's neutral Mimikyu, but I know it's super effective on the Chestnut. Really, There's not much more I can really add to this Dragowsy other than the fact that he doesn't have. He's got two ways to get rid of hazards, and that is his Staraptor and his Latias. So the Staraptor would probably more likely be offensive, and then the Latias could be specially defensive. Could be. I use that term "could be" very loosely, but if he does, then he does have one way to get rid of it. So we just have to make sure that we time our toxic spikes and our hazards and everything else, because, you know, bitches be bitches. So stay tuned for the Wi-Fi battle coming up tomorrow. Hopefully you guys can get behind Sydney Crocodiles. I'll see if we can keep our win streak running. So far we are 4-2, which is not too bad. We're doing pretty well this season. And let's hope we can keep the hype train going for playoffs. That'll be awesome. So until the next time I see you guys, stay safe, stay sharp, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Later!